Hi everyone, welcome to another Figma exciting tutorial. Today we will learn how to create basic e-commerce experience inside Figma. So let's start. First we need to select frame tool by hitting F key on the keyboard, and on the right side there are multiple presets Figma provides. So we will select iPhone 16 and let's rename the frame. So first the product name is glow, so let's type glow/home. So this is the glow product and slash home screen. Okay, next we need to create layout grid. So for the layout grid, click on the plus and select column. From the drop down, select 1 and make it left side 24 and 24. Okay, and next we need to create another for the right side. So now select and column, make it 1. This time we will select right side 24 and 24. So this is our grid, and now it's time to create our structure. Okay, now let's create the navigation bar. Let's select frame tool and click, and Figma by default will create 100 by 100 frame. So let's make it, let's say 80, and the same width of the frame. Okay, and I have already these two colors, so this is the color we will be using for the name background. And now select text tool and let's type the product name. So as we can see, I'm using Jospin since this is basically Google free font. You can use it, or maybe whatever font you like, you can use it. So for the size 20 will be fine, and let's make it center line and also caps lock. Okay, and now let's center line this both vertical and horizontal. Now we need icons. I have already the icon, so I will just copy and paste. So on the left side we will place the hamburger icon here, and for the right side, let's zoom in, I will be using this icon. Okay, now let's create small indication for the notification, like how many products add to the cart. So let's select ellipse tool. So same thing, Figma is creating 100 by 100, so let's make it let's say 16 by 16. Press shift G. So let's turn upgrade, and as we can see 16 by 16 is slightly larger, so let's try 12. And for this circle color, we will be using this color code, so this will be the second color. And now select again the text tool, click, and let's type 2, paste above the circle. Now center line for the size 11. For this circle, let's try to make it 14 and select both text. Now let's copy this and paste on the circle, align it to the center. Okay, and we can select number and apply the same color. So we will be using this color throughout our design, so it's good practice to create color style. So let's make it dark, and let's make this one is brand. Press shift 2. So as we can see, now we have created our header. So let's rename this to nav bar and collapse it. Turn on grid, and as we can see, everything is aligned to the grid. As we have already created the style, so let's apply this to the dark and select artboard, apply the brand color. So now we can see we have background color and header color. Okay, so now our navigation bar is completed, so it is good time to create auto layout. So for this, let's select both text, ellipse and the icon. Right click, hold down with the shift key and right click and make it frame selection. It's important to create frame from this. So now this icon is also in the frame. For the text we don't need to worry about. And now we have already converted this to frame, so make it icon/cart, icon/menu, and now convert it to auto layout. Press shift A. So Figma created to auto layout, and for the left and right padding, make it 24. For top and bottom, let's also make it 24 and center line. Okay, and make it the same width. So now everything is perfectly aligned to the center, and let's make this one to auto. Now as we can see, everything is aligned perfectly on the grid. Okay, for the text, now we can make it to the fill container, so it doesn't matter how much big text we enter, we don't need to worry about spacing and the text size. So now we have converted our navbar to the auto layout. Now it's good time to convert this to components. So for this we need to press option command K. So now we have converted this to component, but we don't need to use master component, so we will simply press command D to duplicate it and press the tab bar to select the master component. Press cut. Now let's create section. Let's rename this to component and styles. Paste the component here inside the section, and also this color palette style too. Now as we can see, we are building our components and style. And for this, let's expand the pages. So this one will be UI design, and let's create another page. So this one will be components and styles. We can simply select, right click on the move pages and select component and style. So now press shift 2, and now inside component and style, as we can see, it's now here or section. So now let's click on the UI design, and as we are going to design our UI, so we will send all the component and style to this page. Okay, now let's zoom in, and we need to create our search bar. So let's select frame tool and click. Let's make it 40 height. First assign the white color, so then we can see the changes. Let's make it 99. Okay, so now let's minus 24 for the spacing and also 40. So let's see. Yeah, so now this is the width of the search bar. Let's select text tool, click, and let's type search and make it regular. Let's try to use 14. Remove the uppercase property, and for the color let's make it dark and a vertically center line. I have already icon, so I will just paste. Now we need to create another frame and make this one 40 by 40. On the fill, select dark and make it fully round. I have already the filter icon, so I will just copy and paste inside. We can also increase this one 24 and vertically center line. So from the right it will be 16, and let's make this one also 16. Press shift 2. So as we can see, now we have search bar and filter. We can make this one, and this one will be, we need to select both and create component. Select both and duplicate. Select filter and search bar, right click, where is move pages to style and component. Okay, and here we can simply select both and place it here inside style and component section. Let's increase the height. Press shift 2 so that we can center line. Okay, and now our search is ready. Let's see, everything is looking perfect. Let's make it 24. We can slightly, now we need to apply drop shadow to the input field. So let's select, press shift 2, and we can apply drop shadow here to the instance, and then we will publish it to the main component. Okay, so let's click on the effects and select drop shadow, and here we can make it 4. Let's try 16. And for the color, let's copy the same color, make it 10. Right click and go to the main component and push changes. Okay, now it's time to create categories. Let's zoom in and select text tool. Let's type. As we can see, we will be using bold and also uppercase. Okay, and for the size, let's try to use 12. Let's turn up grid. Let's make it a dark color. I have already icon, so I will just copy and paste inside Figma. Now select both and center line. Let's leave 40 for now, and later on we will make the spacing equal. Okay, create categories. So for this we need to select circle, and for the size we will be using, let's 64 by 64. Okay, and for the text let's make it 14 regular and remove the spacing, and also make this one. And for the color, let's, okay, for the text center line, select both and convert this to auto layout by pressing shift A. As we can see, it's converted to fill, so we don't need fill. We will make it sorry, let's unlock and 64 by 64. Okay, and make this center line. For this spacing, let's use 16 and make it medium. I think let's make it 12. And now let's convert this to component. Now press command D and select this one and send it to component and styles. Okay, it's already inside, so it's good. We can simply, okay, now let's cut this and paste inside. Okay, so now it's inside the section. Now select this and select both, convert this to auto layout, make it 16. Let's create second one and third one. Let's try to use 32, will be good. For now we don't need to worry about the images, so title and the icon, convert this to auto layout, and now select both, convert it to auto layout. For the spacing, let's use 24 and 40 from the top. Okay, we can also convert this to auto layout. After categories, now we need to create another section for the feature product. So let's create, first we need to select this duplicate. Okay, and now let's make it 40, so 40 top and bottom, and let's rename this to popular. This arrow will be for view all products. Now select rectangle tool, and for the width we will be using 272 and 324. It's quite big. Let's make it round, so let's use 24. Okay, now let's make equal spacing like 24, and now let's slightly decrease the size of the product, something like this. Okay, now let's add title, so let's call this product, make it 24. For the color, let's make it dark, remove the spacing, also remove the caps lock. Let's place it here. Now let's duplicate this and let's make it 14 or maybe 16. Instead of bold, we will use medium and $9.99. So this will be the price of the product. Now let's select product and the price, convert this to auto layout. Now select this one and create auto layout. Now after creating auto layout, we can now check the properties. So let's make this one fill container, this one is also fill container, this one is fill container. Okay, now let's see the spacing of these two. So it's 18, let's make it 16 or 8, so let's use 16. As we can see, now we need turn off grid and let's reduce the gap, so 32, and let's make it 32. I think instead of 32, let's leave it 40. Okay, so this is the popular category and this is our feature product. Now let's rename this to product and let's convert this to component. So by pressing option command K, now let's duplicate this, select master component. Let's move to component and styles page. Now let's select this one and simply duplicate this, selecting both and convert this to auto layout. For spacing, let's use 16. Okay, so now this is our product section and we will place the images later. Now we need to select both title and the product section and convert this to auto layout. Spacing 24 is fine and it's good. So let's make this section is popular and this one is category. Okay, now let's create tab bar. Okay, so now we need to create the tab bar. We will do the same thing, press F and select frame. Now apply the fill color, this dark. For the roundness, make it fully round. For the height, let's use fix 64 and let's convert this frame to auto layout. And for the left and right, let's use 24. Height, top and bottom padding doesn't matter, so let's make it 0. Now let's double click and it will convert this to auto and we will make it center align. So now let's turn on grid and as we can see, now we can simply resize it to this space. And now we simply need to place the icons. I will just copy icon for the home and these two. Okay, so instead of a hug we can fix it, so let's make it 64. Fix height, and as we can see, now this is our tab bar. We can slightly increase to bring the icons together, and as we can see, now everything is looking perfect. We can try 72. I think this is looking good, so let's use 72 and press option command K. Let's rename this to tab bar and duplicate it, right click and move page to style and component. So our home page is completed. Now let's use Packify for the products mockup generation and let's use it and generate some product shot inside Packify. Okay, now it's time to generate some product shot. I will be using Packify. First we will generate design on the basis of AI and then we will upload our design for the background generator, so which is really great. And we will use both feature of Packify for generating our product shot, and basically we will be generating for the skincare product for our mobile app. Also here is a great collection, so we can take inspiration from, which is a great library and design. I really like this cool looking product. As we can see, these are looking really great. So let's start. Okay, first we need to click on the AI packaging design. So it's basically prompt based design generating, and it say that what specification you have in mind. For example, tell us about your brand product. So here we will type skincare product line. Let's say I'm creating skincare product line, and Packify understand what we need. Okay, so Packify suggests a few products and based on our requirements. So as we can see here, it say that the product is skincare product. So here we will select tube. Packify ask for the brand name. So for the brand name, I will say Glove is the brand name. Okay, so it say that the brand name is Glove and product is tube, cosmetic category, and also the skincare product line. Any step, if we need any inspiration or anything, we can click on the plus. So we don't need any inspiration right now, we have all the details. So step by step we will generate our product. So now it's asking for the style of the product. In this case we need modern, minimalistic, and luxury. So Packify is now say that what color do you want to use on the packaging design. Okay, so for the color I'm thinking more like a pinkish, so let's say pink, and let's see which type of pink color Packify will choose for us. So it's like really cool looking color and we will definitely stay with this color. Okay, now Packify ask for the floral design geometric shape in the background. So okay, Packify get all the information and it spill out all the information here. Now you can click on the start generate and Packify will do all the magic. So let's click on the start generating. Okay, so Packify generate really cool looking products. So I really like this one and also this one. We can also ask Packify to redesign. Already we have this version and now we can generate, click on the redesign and Packify will come up with another cool idea for this information. And first one is looking great. Let's stick with the first one. Okay, and now we can generate multiple products. So for example, we can select cosmetic bottles and here we can select personal care and we will generate multiple products line. As we can see, now we have this product, and now I will quickly generate all these remaining products, and once I'm done, so I will show you. Okay, so I have generated a few products and now from here we have two options. We can download it and re-upload it to Packify and create our background, and also we can access from AI to the specific product and we can generate product. But it is good practice and I have already downloaded all the images. So now we can cancel this window and we can click on the AI background generate, and here we can select product. Here Packify will first remove the product background. Here is the background list Packify provide, and these are really great looking. I personally like these and this category. Okay, so for example, let's use this one and start generate. As we can see, Packify remove the background, and now we can apply our custom background to our product line. Okay, as we can see, now we can simply change to a different background. So for example, this one Packify will also keep the old one, so we can anytime access to our previous background generation, and like we can also create new one. So let's see. Wow, this is looking great and it's looking amazing. Let's generate some static background with the shelf design. So let's use this one. Let's see. Okay, I think I will change the background, so let's change and let's use this one. Okay, this is how you can generate background with the Packify. First we did design, and then we uploaded our images, regenerate background, and now it's time to use those images. So this is how Packify works. Like first you can start AI packaging design, and then you can add background generated. You can also upload pre-made design and apply AI background generation. Okay, so now I'm going to click on my profile, and inside my profile I can see how many versions I have created. This time I need few images to be transparent. So for the transparent images, like for example these I have generated and these have a cool looking background, but I need transparent one. So for this, let's expand this one. These images have their own background. For the transparency, I will click on the edit, and Packify will generate this and remove the background. So let's remove background from the image. Now as we can see, the background is removed. There is download option, so I will simply click on the download, and Packify will generate PNG for me. So in this way I will generate few images transparent. So I have background images. Now I will save the transparent one too. So this was Packify, and now let's move again to Figma and let's work on the mobile app design. Okay, so far we have created our images inside Packify, and now it's time to place it inside our design. So let's quickly do the process. So for the first image, I like this one, so I will just copy and paste it here. Okay, now for the second image, I will choose this image. So let's quickly change the image here. Now let's turn upgrade, and now let's place inside category, select, paste. Now let's rename this to cream. Now we need to create the detail screen. So for the product detail, we will duplicate the same home screen, and let's rename this to details, and simply rename this one to details. Now let's delete this, we don't need. Let's double click and bring this product here. Now let's delete this center line and detach the instance. Now let's make this one 240 by 240. Okay, so it's locked, so let's unlock this, and 240 by 240. Now let's make this one fully rounded. Select both text and center line. Also make this one center line. Let's slightly increase the width and height of the image. Okay, so I think 288 is good, and let's make this one to hug content and center line. From the top, let's make it 40, and let's increase this one to 32 size, and for 16 let's make it 24. Now simply, so I have already copied the detail text and I will paste it here. For the spacing, let's try to use 40. Okay, and also we can simply copy element and paste it here. Now let's detach this, detach instance, and also detach instance. Keep the text and delete the icon. Okay, now let's make this one to 40. Select the text, make it center line, and now let's center line, duplicate this. Let's make this one to 2. Make it bold and slightly bigger. Okay, now press option and VH. So I have just icon, so I will copy, paste to replace. Paste to replace. Now let's slightly increase the width. So I think 64 looking good. Now let's copy, make cut and paste it inside auto layout. Okay, so far so good. Now let's detach this instance and delete in sub icons. Okay, and now let's copy this text and paste inside. Okay, for the color we will be using this brand color, and instead of 12 let's try to use 14. Okay, so now we need to create instance swap property for the navigation, so that we can change the icon from menu to back button. So let's create. First let's select this whole navigation, click on this, so it will take us to the second page component, and let's bring it down here. Now let's, first thing we need is to create property. So for this, let's click on the plus and let's create instance swap property. Okay, so this one will be icons, or let's type it icons. And okay, before creating this, let's first create the icon. So we have one for the hamburger menu icon, and second one is for back button. So I have already renamed this, so icon slash back and icon slash menu. We can simply go here and create multiple components. So now we convert this to component, and we can simply copy this paste to replace. And now we need to click and create property. So click on the instance swap and create icons. Now we can select this arrow and select the icon, create property. Now select this icon and apply instance swap property. Select icons, and as you can see here, icons property created. Now in future, if we need further icons, so we will specifically care for the name like icon slash and icon name, so it will attach to this property. Go back to instance, and here as we can see, now from the drop down we can simply select back button, and that is how we can create icons instance swap property. So from the drop down we can simply change the icon instead of detaching the main component and then manually creating. So this is how we can we created the detail page, and now it's time to create cart page. So let's create it. Okay, so for the cart screens, do the same thing, duplicate this, and now let's rename this to cart. Here we will also change the text to, okay, now let's create, okay, so now let's create a row from this section. So let's bring it here and let's apply the white color, and here we can simply increase roundness, let's say 24 and 24 and 24. For now let's leave it like this. Okay, and now select image, and for the image we will use 40, maybe let's try 80. I think 80 is fine. So now select both these text and convert it to auto layout. Simply select this text and align it to the left. Now select this and center align. We don't need this text here, so just remove this. Okay, and for this numbers we will align it to the right. Okay, now for the center spacing, let's make it 16 or 8. Okay, and inside here spacing will be 8 is fine. Okay, now let's bring the card here and we will adjust it. So as we can see, here is the spacing issue, so let's make it 16 or 24, but I think 16 looking good. For the left and right we can also decrease 16, and top and bottom also 16. For the text, instead of 32 we will make it 24, and for the pricing let's try 16. This number, let's leave it like this. Okay, now we can simply convert this to component, and let's rename this to product list. Duplicate it, select the master component and send it to the component and style section. Now simply select both and convert it to auto layout. So I think let's use 24. Now we can select this image by pressing command key and right click, copy properties, and select the second one, paste properties. As we can see, it's removed roundness from the image, so we can add it manually here. Like let's try 99. Okay, and make this one. Okay, so here we can make the quantity to 1 and also make this one 1. Okay, now as we can see, we have created our row. Now it's time to create total and subtotal. So for this we can simply copy this with the option key and let's align it. Sorry, let's select this. Okay, and make it auto center line, exchange it. So here we can type subtotal and the price will be, now let's duplicate this, for let's leave the spacing to, and delivery will be $5. So now we can simply make this text and double the size. So for the text we will use checkout for and turn upgrade. Okay, so as we can see, we have created 3 screens for our e-commerce app, and now we will add slide finishing and add some graphic in the background. I have already a graphic, so I will just copy and paste it here, send it to back, and dim the opacity to, I think 20 is fine. So let's copy and select both, paste and send it to back. So now as we can see, we have added background elements. Let's try to use, now we can select this product and add a stroke. For the color, let's use this color and let's make it, I have already created a blob shape so using plugin, so I will just copy and try it here. So as we can see, simply let's try this golden color. I think it's looking good. So now we can simply select shape, and here is the shape. Now just duplicate this and repeat it for every product and slightly change the angle. So now select the image and apply stroke, and this time let's use this white color, light color, and make it outside. Now we need to apply it to the master component, so all the instance will apply this. So let's main component and push change it to the main component. Now as we can see, now it's updated everything. Now we can simply copy the blob and paste it on this page. Simply increase the width and height. Let's try some other colors. If we make it dark, so it will not look good, so let's leave it white, light color, and let's try, let's make it light and apply the same changes here. So inside, and for the color, let's try to use it white, light color. And okay, so I noticed this image is not looking appropriate in our design, so let's quickly change this picture and then we are ready to go. I think this is looking great, and let's change this color quickly to, and let's drop the opacity, and we are ready to go. And now our e-commerce flow is ready, and this is the basic flow we have created inside Figma. And hope you like the video. Please let me know in the comments so that I can create more tutorial like this. And also please like the video and share it. Okay, thank you, bye.